We are here today to work with the food bank. We've worked with them now a number of years, and I'm going to have them come up in just a minute or two and talk a little bit about what they do. We have this great audience up here that's going to help us with the unveiling in a little bit in terms of this year's results. We did it a little differently this year. We put out a challenge. You know, we have a lot of different locations now, a lot of different groups, so we put out a challenge. And Terry and his group once again have risen to the challenge and have won our internal group, and I want to thank them and all of the staff here at So we have a couple of folks here from the food bank, and I'm going to let them come up. Jim Jorgensen is the president of the food bank, and I'm going to let him come up and get us started today.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Utah Food Bank, I'd like to thank all of you for helping us help the 470,000 people in the state of Utah who live in a world that we deem hunger and security. Now that means that you may not know where your next meal is coming from. And of that number, 1 in 5 are children. So with the support of groups like you, it makes our job just a little bit easier to help the people in the state of Utah who need this assistance. So thank you very much. A little more about the Utah Food Bank. I've asked Jeanette Bott, our director, chief, what is your title? Actually, Jeanette runs the Utah Food Bank, and I've asked her to make a few comments.
Thank you, and Jim really is the boss. I let him think that every day. On behalf of not only the staff, but the employee volunteer scenario, the audience we serve, you have to understand how many people are touched by what it is you do. As an organization, even though we have Utah in our name, we are not a state-affiliated organization. All that we do through fundraising. And we're seeing some changes in our donor base. So based on that, based on the fact that Utah is improving their economy and becoming a stronger workplace, that's great news, but for many, many families, they're being left behind. So you need to know how important it is for what you do. The food that you raise in poundage provides variety. The families that we're serving eat exactly like you do. So when you bring something from the grocery store or pantry that you have purchased, it probably would have been the same item for your family. Now you're giving it to someone else. As you come up with funds and cash that you provide to us, please know how dedicated we are in using that money the very best that we can. It's so important to us to be great stewards, not only of the product, but to be sure that the people that Jim spoke of are able to get through an emergency scenario in their life, and that we can help eliminate the crisis. So please know that what you have done is very widespread. A thank you coming to you comes from many, many people across the state of Utah, and I'm hopeful that you will perhaps continue this as an ongoing opportunity for us to partner and help those in the state. We all need to fight hunger together. Thank you.
Thank you. The other person I'd like to recognize today is John Heath, sitting in the front row. John is the managing director of Lexington Law Firm and is part of the family of companies that we collectively use for this type of issue. So we have this great helpers up here. So what I want to do is just give a little perspective. In 2012, 2 years ago, we donated $21,000. Last year, we more than doubled that to $44,000. And Celeste doesn't like to do things easy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unveil the amount from this year. So Scott, if you'll start on your end.
Woo, Liam! What?
We donated this year. The way the food bank thinks about that equates to about 260,000 meals. In addition to the cash, we also raised a little over 5,000 pounds of real food. And for the first time this year, we also opened it up for volunteering. And we went from having no volunteers last year to about 500 hours at the food bank this year. So all in all, I think it was a great year for everybody. And kids, thank you so much for your help today. Celeste, we got anything else today besides lunch? Breakfast? Whatever we have there. Again, thanks everybody for coming out, and thank you so much for your support here. Bye-bye.
One last comment. This is one of the most entertaining reveals we've ever had. Thank you.